What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing all things lean bulking. With summer officially over and now we're focusing in on the fall and winter seasons, it is also lean bulk season. And with that, our sole focus is building as much muscle as we can while still keeping our body fat in check. I've been bulking for quite some time. It's been a rather interesting journey for me. I started in October of 2022, so almost a year ago. I was going to do a long, 1 year slow bulk. And then in January of 2023, I signed up for a half marathon. So I kind of shifted my focus on that. I trained for the half marathon for about 4 months, and that took me into the beginning of May. And then once that was over, I shifted my focus back into the lean bulk, and I've been on this program for about 5 months now. This really will be all things lean bulking. I'll discuss when you should start to lean bulk and how to actually start a lean bulk. I'll go over how to find your maintenance calories, and I will also go over a good macro breakdown. I'll share my current macro breakdown, and then I'll also share any other tips and insights that I've found while lean bulking. So if you guys are interested in this, definitely follow along with this video. And then also do not forget to smash that subscribe button below if you guys have not subscribed already. But without further ado, let's get into things. So the first question that you want to ask yourself is, when should you start bulking? And this is really important because you don't want to start too early or too soon, because that can lead to excessive fat gain. I would say a good body fat percentage for males is 15%, and a good body fat percentage for females is right around 22 to even 25% body fat. The reason that you want to do this is because it really helps you preserve your insulin sensitivity levels. It allows for you to bulk for a longer period of time without having to go back into a cutting phase shortly after you start the bulk. And it also helps you gain more lean mass instead of gaining that excessive fat that sometimes comes about as you bulk. Another crucial aspect in the lean bulk is finding your maintenance calories. And this is really just the amount of calories that you need for a given day where you really aren't losing weight or gaining weight, you are just maintaining weight. This is also going to be the number that you build your bulking calorie intake off of. You can do this two different ways. The first being a total daily energy expenditure calculator, and you can just Google that up and then go on the link, fill out your information, and then it'll just generate a maintenance calorie number for you. The problem with this is that it's very general and it doesn't take everything into account. It doesn't exactly track every single movement, every single task, your exercises, doesn't track all of that. I'd say it's a good benchmark, but it's definitely nothing that you want to live and die by. So there's also a second way to find your maintenance calories. And what you have to do is take a few weeks, and you're going to be eating the same amount of calories each day. So what I recommend doing is using that number that you found on the TDEE calculator just as a starting point, just as your benchmark for your first week. And then you will go in and track all the foods that you eat and track your weight every single day. But if you increase weight or decrease your weight, then you have to adjust that number accordingly and track everything that following week, and continue to track everything until you find that maintenance calorie number where you aren't gaining or losing any weight for that week. After you found your correct maintenance number, then you can add 200 to 300 calories onto that number, and then that new number is going to be your caloric surplus for the lean bulk. I recommend starting slowly, so don't just increase your caloric intake to 300 calories. I would do maybe a 100 calorie increase for a few weeks and then bump that up by 50 to 100 calories, and then continue bumping that up until you see some good progress. Then you might be asking, what's good progress? I would say gaining a half a pound a week. Anything more than that, you're going to probably gain some excess fat, and anything less than that, you're not going to see the true results that you want to see. Overall, you'll want to gain about 2 pounds per month. That might seem relatively slow to some people, but we just have to remember that it's a lean bulk. We don't want to gain all that extra fat. You can definitely go and add 1,000, 2,000 calories to your maintenance caloric intake, but then you're gonna gain all that extra fat, and that's just not what we want. So you just gotta remember that it is a long-term process. There's definitely ways that you can speed it up, but that's all really just determined on how much extra fat you want to gain. And if you do that, then you'll probably gain a lot more fat than you'd like. So the next big thing that comes with lean bulking is your macro breakdown, and this is just your carbs, fats, and protein breakdown. Starting off with protein, you want to be right around the 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So personally, my percentage of protein that I'm getting in daily is right around 20%. And then you want your grams of fat to be right around 30% of your breakdown, or 50% of your body weight in grams. And then your carbohydrates can be right around 50% of your macro breakdown, or just the rest of your calories in carbohydrates. I also recommend eating whole foods, try to get in fiber-rich foods, and then kind of work around with the macro breakdown. Some people work better off of a higher fat diet, so kind of play around with it and find out what works best for you. Right here I got a jar of peanut butter, and my advice to you is to not eat a whole jar of peanut butter per week. So about 2 years ago, I was doing a dirty bulk, and I was really just eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, just saying, oh, this will help me build muscle. And that's really how my diet went. I wasn't really tracking anything. I was tracking my lifts, but not necessarily the food aspect of bodybuilding. And that's, if not the biggest part, it's a huge component to your lifting, bodybuilding, fitness journey overall. So do not do what I did 2 years ago. I'm not saying that's bad to eat peanut butter. I mean, definitely use it as a tool. It's a good source of fat. It does have some protein, but don't just go eating a tub a week. If you truly are serious about your lean bulk, make sure that you plan everything out. I do recommend tracking your calories day by day. I personally do this. I use MyFitnessPal. It really just helps me get an idea of the calories I'm taking in, as well as the macros. My biggest concern is hitting my protein goal every single day. So this really helps me make sure that I hit that goal. If tracking your calories to the dot becomes stressful or overwhelming, I definitely recommend finding alternative solutions to track your macros and your calories. Just focus on your overall health, your mental health, because that's the most important thing. Before I wrap up, I just wanted to leave you guys with a few additional tips to help you guys on your lean bulk journey and help it be as effective as it can be. First, make sure that you're consistently going to the gym. I recommend going anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week. Get a consistent routine, make it a priority, and stay disciplined about going. And then make sure that you are progressively overloading on the exercises that you're performing. Don't go in the weight room and lift the same exact weight as last week or the week before, or do the same exact reps. Make sure that you are focusing on beating last week's numbers. Next, make sure that you are monitoring your progress. And this can be by weighing yourself, or just checking yourself out in the mirror, making sure that you're staying relatively lean or not gaining too much excess body fat. If you are, make sure that you adjust your calories as necessary, or you could also go on a aggressive mini cut just to lose some of that extra body fat. And then make sure that you're getting adequate rest. Sleep is so important. Your body needs time to recover. I recommend 7 to 8 hours, even 9 hours can be super beneficial. But also make sure that you're not eating right before bed. I recommend about 2 to 3 hours of digestion time before you go to sleep. Then make sure that you are incorporating some sort of cardio to your routine. Personally, I try and get 10,000 steps a day. Then I also go for a run a few days a week. This is super important as it supports a healthy heart as well as just overall health. Just be aware of the calories that you burn and then make sure that you adjust your calories accordingly to help support your lean bulk goal. That's really gonna wrap up this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching, and if you are lean bulking, just make sure that you stay consistent and stay patient. And I'm going to really end with this. If you guys found this video interesting or helpful, definitely leave a like or a comment. And then if you guys haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Also, follow me on Instagram @BrennanRott. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.